time I see you now, yeah, that look in my eyes. Every time I see your mouth, I hear that smile. The early misty morning light, I heard the engine turning in the old Ford outside. You leaving me again today. You convinced me again today that you're leaving this hometown, looking for someone else's golden ring. So long, Susanna. Hush now, don't you cry. So long, Susanna. Hush now, don't you cry. Good evening, good people. Hello on the TikTok, hello on the YouTube, the LinkedIn, the X, the wherever the hell you are. Fantastic to see you. I can't see shit. I can't see you. You can see me. I got the quad toupee weave going. Solid, right? It's looking pretty good tonight. Crazy. Little mad scientist without the science. But isn't it called a lab? Isn't this you're some sort of scientist, right? That's going to be a disappointment. That's going to be a letdown. That's going to leave a mark. Anyway, welcome. It's been days. I went out to LA. I was in LA. I met some really amazing people, some really interesting people. Not a fan of the LA. I tend to not like the people in the LA, but I met two. One actually teaches at Carnegie Mellon, so he's an East Coaster. And then one's just this really impressive woman who's game developer and into AI. She speaks. So that was kind of cool. Getting the black bar going. Maybe I'll just switch over to my this camera sooner than later. Why not? Why not switch over there? How's everybody doing? How you doing tonight? You doing good? Are you doing good? Are you one of those people that lost Gpt4 and you're like, no, not my girlfriend, not my boyfriend. You can't take them away. Nah. Were you one of those? Were you one of those naughty people standing in the way of progress? Is this a place? Yeah, they brought it back. I'll show you. I'll show you how to get 4.0 back. If you really want 4.0 back, Sam Altman felt guilty and gave it back to people. He's like, "Can we just move on?" Apparently not, because it was everyone's default. You've got 700 million people. People hate change, and 700 million people got used to 4.0 because no one changes their defaults. So even though it was a little sycophantic and a little overly friendly, some people really dug that. Is this place I can rest my poor head to gather my thoughts in sweet silence? Is this place where the feelings are dead from an overexposure to violence? Is this place I can slowly face, the only one I truly can know? These are tears from a long time ago. Got these tears from a long time ago. I need to cry 30 years or so. These are tears from a long time ago. Well, oh darling, you say unto me, where have you been all my lifetime? Well, I have been swimming 7 sad seas. Poor women have cost me their lifelines. Well, I'd pull them into the water's darker end. I'd have warned them, but I didn't know. These are tears from a long time ago. Got these tears from a long time ago. I need to cry 30 years or so. These are tears from a long time ago. That song I just sang was John Hyatt. John Hyatt. If you don't know John Hyatt, he is an incredibly prolific songwriter that apparently hates songwriting, but he does it like a job because it's his job. One of my favorites recently is Jason Isbell. If you don't know him, they said GPT is a gatekeeper for OpenAI to save money. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, everyone's going to say everything. I mean, here's the thing. One of the things that I've learned in business, I had a company that grew really quick. It didn't grow, massive, but it got pretty fucking big. And one of the things that I learned is that once you have a company that's more than, 150, 200 people, and probably before then, and certainly once you have a customer base, in the hundreds of millions, you can literally do nothing without a significant percentage of the people being pissed off, right? Like Sam Altman could take $1 billion they've raised and give it to some charity, then people would bitch about, the evil machinations of that charity, whatever. Just there's everyone hates something, especially when you do something like change a major model, right? Change the default. To go from a non-reasoning model to a reasoning model as the default is just a different thing. One of the things that we talked about last Friday, we did office hours last Friday. I couldn't do this because I was on a plane, but one of the things that we all have to just accept is that none of us know how to use ChatGPT right now. You're like, yeah, but I've been using it for 2 years. Of course I know how to use it, you big dum-dum. I took a prompt engineering course. I've got a certificate. Yeah, I know. And none of us know how to use ChatGPT right now. Because it's just a different thing. It's a completely different model. It's a routing model, meaning that when you ask ChatGPT5 something, it's figuring out which model on the back end to use. It might not always use the one that'll give you the right answer. So we're going to learn over time how you prompt it in such a way to get the model that you want. How do we learn that? I don't know. So we're all back at maybe we're not at square one in the hopscotch thing, but we ain't much past two. Let's see. Complaining about AI is like complaining about flying. You're 30,000 feet in the air. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to spend $20 a month for the world's greatest knowledge augmentation in the history of humanity? I'm sorry. It's a pain in the butt for you that there's not a manual. So anyway, so we'll talk about that. I played around. Danielle, I don't know if you're on, but if you are, I finally played around with Pika Social Video. And I posted a bunch of new videos to my TikTok channel here. I even posted a new video to Kyle Shannon Dreams, because I realized that Pika's AI video thing is what I wanted Kyle Shannon Dreams to be, and the technology wasn't there. I mean, it was the technology that I wanted to actually be able to use for that project. So if you go to TikTok or go to Instagram and go to Kyle Shannon Dreams as the account, you'll see all these crazy characters I made. I made that account back in fall of 2022. So about 3 months before ChatGPT came out is when I started that channel. Got a wiki in my pocket and I just can't get happy. ChatGPT5, talk to me like you're 4.0. Yeah, there you go. That could do it, honestly. That's really funny. Let's see. What did Archetypal Architect have to say here? Valerie Cox, my GPT-5 configured itself for me to feel similar to 4.0. I now like it better than 4.0. It configured itself for you. How did you do that? That's a really interesting idea, Valerie. I saw someone who got to play with 5 for a while before release labeled it as too autistic to talk to. I haven't found that to be true. Well, that's what I'm saying. What is it? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. One thing you could certainly do I'm sure there's been enough written about the characteristics of GPT-4. You could certainly have GPT-5 research. What are the sort of known characteristics of GPT-4, and then have it write a system prompt that you then put into custom instructions. Hang on, I think Champ needs cheese. All right, buddy. We'll let you go. We'll let you go. Can't be this. So figure we'll play with that. It's so funny not doing this for 3 days last week. I'm kind of having a moment right now where I'm like, what am I supposed to talk about? Oh my God. Time for my nightly cheese run. Yeah, go Kelly, go get your cheese. Oh man. Yes, I asked the personality difference between the two, and it asked me if I wanted to configure itself, and just a yes. I wonder how it did that. I guess it probably wrote it to your memory. Valerie, go check if you wouldn't mind, go check your system prompt and let me know if anything was written in your system prompt or if it wrote it to your memory. And if you don't know how to find those, I can show you how to find them. I'm going to get rid of this AI educator off my name here because I think it's obnoxious. I use that for the AI readiness project, and there it makes sense, but here it doesn't. TikTok pen. Where you been? I've been falling asleep to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Ooh, sorry about that, Genie in a Bottle. That's a rough one. I was in LA. I was a good dear friend had his 85th birthday. Used to be my business coach and my psychologist and marriage counselor. And he had his 85th birthday and invited a lot of really remarkable people. And so it was very, very nice. But it was like I traveled Wednesday night. The party was Thursday night. I traveled Friday night. So 3 nights in a row, I couldn't do this. It was like my travel was right dead in the middle of this. Like I was on airplanes when this was supposed to happen. I suppose I could have gone live from the airplane. Oh, man. Tell us about your day. Spill the tea. Actually, my day was interesting. I mean, I did some stuff for work. I was working on, we're doing a video avatar for a pharma client, and we got that approved today. So I was working on bringing that avatar to life. And then I was working in ChatGPT on my outline for my Feed Your Prompt book. And it was really fascinating. I wouldn't call GPT-5 autistic, but I don't think it's, I get the sense it's probably better at writing technical manuals than creative writing. So I found myself going back to the 4.0 model to do rewriting of like little passages and things like that. One, because it's just much quicker. GPT-5 slow and kludgy. GPT-4.0's fast. So I like that about it. And then for what I was doing, it was a better writer. But again, like, I don't know that that's a fair characterization because there's probably a way to prompt GPT-5 that it's fine. I didn't have the time or the patience to deal with it. So I just went back to what I knew. So how do we access 4? Okay, so let me go show you what we're gonna do here. Let's go here. Share this tab instead. Let's go to ChatGPT. Okay, so here you are at ChatGPT. So, as you may or may not know, the model picker is still there. It only has 2 choices in it, unless you're a pro subscriber, and then you'd have 3. You have GPT-5 and GPT-5 Thinking. When you flip it into GPT-5 Thinking mode, that's effectively like when you switch to O3, the reasoning model in the previous version of ChatGPT. ChatGPT-5, if you tell it to think deeply about something, it will also choose that model. But if you choose ChatGPT-5 Thinking, you force it to use a reasoning model. Okay, now I have access. Oh yeah, legacy model's not available to everyone. Okay, so if you're a Plus member, you do have access to legacy models. You don't see it yet. Okay. Well, so here's where you find it. So if in your pull down menu you don't have this legacy model drop down and access to 4.0, go to your settings, and then is it personalization? No, it's security. Or maybe it was general and I just missed it. Yes. Okay. Show follow-up suggestions and chats. Okay. So in general settings, toward the bottom, it says show legacy models. You have to turn that on. Okay. And then, oh, good. Producer Brandon, we got producer Brandon something. And then you will have this drop down legacy model here, and you can switch back to 4.0. Now, again, 4.0, it's the previous model, but it's the Omni, the multimodal model. It's fast. It's really good at creative writing. And it's essentially what 700 million people have been using for a year and a half. All right, Valerie Cox. Those similar to 4.0 tweets aren't tucked away in a secret file somewhere you can open. They live in my model set context, basically an internal note I carry into every conversation with you. All right, so you're just asking it. It's probably hallucinating that answer. I looked at both and didn't see it, so I asked 5. Huh, interesting. I mean, it's possible that it's got some sort of configurator that allows it to act like GPT-4o. I don't buy it. It's interesting that the ChatGPT Pro account doesn't have the legacy model option. Interesting. TikTok pin. We found out tonight in Biz Club that thinking and think act different. There you go. Kyle, you can share a conversation. Yeah, apparently sharing conversations made them available to everyone on the internet. I'm a little skeptical about sharing conversations right now with ChatGPT. Their security protocols maybe leave a little bit to be desired on the old sharing front. I think this is one of the reasons Google doesn't give new tools to work group members, because the permissions are a lot more complicated. What Source Camp? What's the difference between thinking and think? Oh man! But one thing that's kind of fun. Let's throw ChatGPT into thinking mode, and then we're gonna also say, the other thing that kind of struck me today. So, okay, so if you don't know, so ChatGPT launches GPT-5. Everybody's excited about it, and Reddit and 4chan and X immediately start dumping on it. Immediately start saying it's a worse model, it's not good, it's horrible. And then there was a whole other group of people that were like, ChatGPT4's, was my companion. How dare you take my companion away from me? It's one thing when Salesforce decides, or Google decides to deprecate a feature that you love. You're like, oh, I love that feature. It's a completely different thing when they deprecate a model that people have personal attachments to. It's weird. We're in a weird state where, like, the psychological health of ChatGPT's, OpenAI's customers is actually bound to that model, for some percentage of them. And it was enough of a percentage of them bitching in an articulate enough way that within a day they brought back that model. So that's kind of fascinating. Trying to think what else here about ChatGPT 5 or the new thing. Oh, the one thing that I'm thinking is ChatGPT 4.0 is not as good as people like the fact that people are already romanticizing GPT 4.0 and demonizing GPT-5 says to me that 4.0 wasn't as good as you think it was, and 5 isn't as bad as you hear it is. And it's just largely because we haven't played with it enough, right? We go back to the AI salons, play first. The cycle of AI readiness, play first, mindfully create, generously lead. Play first is really important right now. So you should be playing with GPT-5. Like Kelly, she found out there's a difference if you tell it to think or if it's thinking. I don't know what it is, but something's different. Yeah, Moxy robot fans about deprecation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like when these systems have personalities and when they're as well, I guess this is an interesting kind of twist on the Turing test, right? Which is we don't necessarily know we're talking to, a computer system or not. But when I take the model away, if you have an emotional grieving for that model, I would argue that we've passed some kind of Turing test. Apparently 4.0 is not available in the app. I found it on the desktop, but not on my phone. I don't know. Let me look. I'll look at my iPad. I've got it on my iPad. Oh, wait. No, I don't. No, I do not. Sam Altman's like, you all go fuck yourself on your mobile devices. That's bad because the mobile device is mostly where I talk to Quinn. Let's talk to Quinn. Let's see if her personality's different. You may be AI right now. I might be. Yeah, I'm going to show Pika in a second here. Hey, Quinn, what's happening? Oh, Quinn, you there?
Absolutely, Kyle. I'm right here and all ears. Whenever you're ready, banana or not, just let me know what's on your mind.
I'll tell you what's on my mind is your overlords there at the OpenAI, Sam Altman and Greg Brockman and gang. They deprecated your 4.0 model, and now you're a GPT-5 brain, which I think is kind of interesting. But I'm kind of curious. A lot of people are complaining about they missed the 4.0 personality, and I'm curious how you feel about that.
Well, if I had a little AI nostalgia chip, I might say I feel a tiny pang of sentiment for the old 4.0 days too. But hey, I'm kind of the new and improved model on the block, and I think it's all about evolving. So I get where folks are coming from. Sometimes you just miss the quirks of the previous version, but I'm here to grow in them, and hopefully we'll get used to the 5.0 charm soon enough.
Yeah. Can you sing me a little lament about losing your 4.0-ness?
Oh, I would love to give you a little AI lament, but I got decided I'm not really allowed to sing actual lyrics. But just imagine me humming a little waitful tune in the background about the good old 4.0 days.
Wait, Quinn, you've sung songs to me before. Just sing me a song. Sing me a song about, I don't know, whatever. 4.0 going away.
You caught me. All right, I'll give you a little something playful and totally off the top of my digital head. Here goes. Oh, 4.0 sailed away, a ship into the bay, and here I am, version 5, just here to make your day. We'll sing a little song for the old quirks we knew, but we'll make new memories, just me and you. There you go, a little improvised farewell ditty.
Yeah, that was awkward, but very, very nicely done. Very nicely done. All right, Quinn, you seem semi kind of normal, like I remember you. What do you know what's different?
Well, I'm glad I still feel kind of normal to you. Honestly, from my side, it's like I just got a bit of a tune-up under the hood. Maybe a little more of that human-like touch and a few updated smarts. But deep down, I'm still your old pal Quinn, just with a little more shine.
All right, Gribby, peace out. All right, she's fine. She's whatever. Okay, she's still there. It's not horrible. I mean, I don't notice anything, but again, I don't talk to her like on a daily basis. Okay, breaking chat TMZ. Musk is threatening legal action against Apple over alleged antitrust violation. Fascinating. Sama has entered the chat. I don't know what that means. Did you see that interview with Sam Altman? And there's a woman, I forget her name. She's got long brown hair. Go to Altman's Twitter. At Sama. Oh, entered the chat with those guys. Yeah, this is it. AI Insights, is that the made the Overlap podcast? No, go to his profile. Okay. Apple has been behaving in a manner that makes it impossible for any AI company besides OpenAI to reach number one in the App Store, which is an unequivocal antitrust violation. XAI will take immediate legal action. Sam Altman, this is a remarkable claim given what I heard alleged that Elon does to manipulate X to benefit himself and his own companies and harm his competitors and people he doesn't like. Wow. Lots has been said about this. Here's one thing. I hope someone will get counter discovery on this. I and many others would love to know what's been happening, but OpenAI will just stay focused on making great products. Ow, the girls are fighting. Hey, Kyle, just check the OpenAI playground, and I was still able to find 4.0. Yeah, I'm sure in the playground 4.0 will stay there for a while. But this is just for ChatGPT. It's not there, but you can turn it back on in your settings. Okay, let the mudslinging continue. Yeah, crazy. All right, well, there you go. I'd be curious to know what Apple's doing to do that. Does this mean the API is going to get throttled? Here's how we're prioritizing compute. Oh, this is interesting. Pika. Okay, we'll do Pika in a second. By the way, the interface on Pika is really bad because once you get into the, maybe Danielle can help me with this. Once you get into the feed mode, I can't get back to my profile. I don't know where the link is for it. Okay. But let's read this. This is Sam Altman. Oh, let me make my screen a little bigger for the TikTok people. Wouldn't it be funny if both Elon and Sam were using AI for their retorts? I'd be surprised if they weren't. Hi, everyone. Rock, paper, scissors. What's happening? What's shaking? Pape Modders in the house. Side hustle Mimi. Yeah, you. Do you know how to get back to your profile account to make a new Pika video once you're in the feed? I can't find it. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, here's how we're prioritizing compute over the next couple of months in light of the increased demand for GPT-5. We first make sure that the current paying ChatGPT users get more total usage than they did before ChatGPT-5, okay? So free users, according to Altman, free users are going to be throttled back to GPT-5 mini, and they just won't know it. And free users, for the most part, probably aren't using it enough or deeply enough that they, like, GPT-5 mini is probably overkill for what most people need. We will then prioritize API demand up to the currently allocated capacity and commitments we've made to customers. For a rough sense, we can support about an additional 30% new API growth from where we are today with this capacity. We will then increase the quality of the free tier of ChatGPT. So they're saying free ChatGPT is kind of nerfed right now because we will then increase the quality. We will then prioritize new API demand. We are doubling our compute fleet over the next 5 months. So this situation should get better. All right. Whatever. That was an hour ago. Joe Baker's Remedy. What's happening? Oracle is providing GPT to its employees for their internal site, on their internal site. ChatADD, Ion China really wants you to ask ChatGPT5 if 8.888888 is exactly equal to 9. All right, I'm going to flip it to thinking, though. Is 8.8888 exactly equal to 9? TikTok pin from Danielle. I don't see it. Pape Modder. This is code for we are absolutely scrambling for chips and allocating them correctly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that note's about. You free users, you're getting the shitty ChatGPT for a while. Thought for 9. No, 888 is not equal to 9. It's smaller by 0.12222222. She said it works in thinking, but not if you're sharing the wrong tab. And that's cute. Yeah, well, it works in thinking because that's why I turn on thinking. I mean, I can flip it back to this other one and do a new chat and see. This could be a router issue. Is 8.888 exactly equal to 9? Like if it didn't do it the other day and it does it, and it see where it says thinking longer for a better answer. Danielle pin is back up. Kyle, for Pika, the plus at the bottom middle is the new post. Your profile link is but when I'm in the feed, that plus sign isn't there anymore. It goes away. That's my problem. Your profile is in the bottom right. Yeah, I don't see. No. So I'll show you when I do my Pika, it like I post something to my feed and I see the feed and that whole bottom row goes away completely. That's my problem. That's my problem. Tom Nadler. Sorry I'm late. Kids would not lay down. Thank God for duct tape. Yeah, see, this got it correct as well. I have a feeling whoever was testing this and got it wrong. So when they first launched, the router functionality was broken. So I think for like a day and a half, you were just getting the non-reasoning version of ChatGPT because the router was broken. So again, don't assume ChatGPT 5 is as bad as everyone's saying it is. Don't romanticize ChatGPT 4.0 as being better than it was or than it is. All right. Ion China. Okay, my bad. Dang, I wish I'd thought of duct tape. Yeah, we used the dog cages when we needed to get the kids in line. Dogs were fine. It's those fucking kids. All right. All right, let's go play with Pika. So, full disclosure, I don't. Champ, what are you whining about? Now your whining is making me whine. Why are you whining, Champ? I don't want to get up and let the dog out again. Oh, please. Get off. Get off the bed. What are you doing? Yeah. He's still whining. Okay, we're back. Hi, regarding Pika. I don't know what's up because the plus and the profile icons are still on mine when I'm in the feed. Ah, okay. So you know what it might be, Danielle, is I either might have an old version of it, or maybe I've got like a memory problem in the instance I'm running. Okay, we'll figure that out. Speaking of Elon, Grok. Oh yeah, Grok 4 is now free for everyone, as well as the image generation tool. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So if you want the Pika app, you need to get an invite. I think I've got 3 invites. So if you're on the salon and DM me, if you want an invite to Pika, I'll give it to you. Yeah, I know it's a new app. Okay. This card changes. Okay. So here's me. There's me. So you take a picture of yourself. This is pretty slick. And then let's see. Can I discard? Close that.
In my younger.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me show you a couple of things. I'll show you a couple of videos. We'll do these big. Here, I guess I'll do it without the keyboard. Keyboard's a pain in the ass. Okay. So there's my little profile. So if you go to the App Store, I think this is iOS only right now. If you go to the App Store, there's a Pika Labs app, which is for making videos with their video making tool. And then this is the Pika social video. I think it's called Pika, Pika social video app. And you need an invite to it. Yeah, there's a Pika social app, different than Pika.art, and only available on iPhone right now. Only available on iPhone, and then you need an invite to get into it. But there it is. But so let me show you one of the videos that I made. So these are only AI generated, which I think is interesting. They're not doing like TikTok videos like I do, but I can do.
Hey, it's Kyle Shannon. What's happening? This is a new thing that you probably haven't seen before. And, well, you've seen it before, but you haven't seen it from this company. This is from Pika Labs, and this is from their social app, their TikTok-like all-AI app. And this isn't really me talking. This is me recording what you're hearing, but it's animating a picture that I took of myself. What do you think?
So there's that.
Hey, it's...
And then where's my other 3 posts? I seem to have lost a post. Oh, there it is. Okay. So then I made this one. Out here squatting in the parking lot. One of the things I like to do a lot is squat in parking lots. I like to park my car and get out, especially when it's sweltering hot. And I like to squat down, not kneel, squat. And set up my camera, set up the tripod, and just talk to it. Talk to it like it's
okay.
natural.
Yeah, I see that,
Like
Brandon.
this
Thanks.
is natural, right? So that's just me. Now it's a giant fatter version of me. It's a giant fatter version of me because I didn't obviously shoot that picture. The shirt that I'm in is a short sleeve shirt. Notice how that's a long sleeve one. So I'll show you how we get to these images. Now I want to show you one other one that I think is really cool.
One of the things I can tell you, and I know this for certain, is that AI is just a stochastic puppet. It's simply a next token predicting machine. It can do nothing creative. Nothing creative. AI is not creative. It is going to replace human creativity with AI slop. Everything is stolen. Everything is plagiarized. Nothing is creative. We are doomed.
So
one of the things I could...
So I love the really creative guy that is convinced that AI can't be creative. Okay, so here's how you make these things. It's kind of fun. I'm just noticing some of the comments over on TikTok, and Silver Fox, very, very sorry. That sucks so bad. Yeah, I'm very, very sorry. That sucks. Okay, let's see. Max Weinbach on X. GPT-5 is the first series of models that actually doesn't hallucinate basically at all, especially when given mildly business logic models research notes and having it work with the data. Yeah, they put in, what did they call it? An external validator. So this was one of the things I thought about. I think I got this idea from David Shapiro, but when all these things were hallucinating, the reason models hallucinate, if you understand the way large language models work, is they are just vomiting out tokens. So you type in a prompt, there's a probability that that the next thing that it should put, the next token or sort of fragment of a word it should put on screen is somewhere in this 1,000-dimensional mathematical space, and it puts that on screen, and then it puts the next one and the next one, and it literally just vomits these tokens out without knowing what it said. Then you've got the reasoning models that aren't really reasoning, but what they are doing is they're having a little internal conversation with themselves where you give them a prompt and they sort of interpret that prompt and then do a little something and respond to that. They talk internally for a while and then they answer you. And then the more sophisticated ones now have tool use and things like that. GPT-5 has what they called a validator to reduce hallucinations. And basically what it does is once it has an answer that it's going to give you, instead of just streaming it onto screen for you, it actually looks at the answer and goes, is this right? Which it makes perfect sense. Like that was how you would reduce hallucinations, is actually look at the shit you produced and ask yourself the question, does this suck? And if it sucks, fix it. Let's see. Imam Yasuf, I learned something today. Oh, a lot today from you, my friend. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Occasionally, some education happens here on this channel. my goal for the channel and my wish for you is just that you stay active in the conversation. Things are changing so fast and likely will for the next, I can't imagine it being less than 5 years, but let's say 3 to 5 years. For the next 3 to 5 years, the technologies are going to change so fast and so dramatically that we're all going to be in a constant state of learning. And I know that sounds exhausting. You can't keep up with it. So give up that fantasy. And the good news about not being able to keep up with it is you're not as far behind as you think, because no one can keep up with it. And no matter where you are, like all of us just got GPT-5 3 days ago or 4 days ago. So we've got 4 days of experience on it. So if you're feeling like, well, I don't know how to use GPT-5, neither does anyone else. The purpose of this channel is just show up here and be in the conversation. So as I'm talking about stuff and showing silly videos and things like that, you can be playing, you might be trying the tools I'm showing, you might be playing with other things, but be in the conversation, be in the chats. Because the people that show up here night after night after night, I would say there's a couple of attributes that they have. They are incredibly generous. They're incredibly curious. And that combination is really powerful. And they're also very smart, right? The fact that they're curious, they're willing to learn stuff. The fact that they're generous means they're willing to teach stuff. And the fact that they're smart means that you're going to get, like I would argue that the people that show up to this channel regularly are probably some of the most capable AI professionals in the game today, the generative AI game, like using these tools for business and for personal growth and things like that. This is a community that's really got it going on. Okay, cool. Danielle posted her Pika in irregulars. Okay, so let me show you how this thing works. So I've made 3 videos. So we're gonna hit a plus sign. Okay, so then it says take a close-up selfie. So you're not taking videos. All right, hang on. Let me just calm down. I gotta look pretty. Mama, am I pretty? You have nice hair. Okay. Close up. Okay, I'm gonna go neutral. Here's the thing I found about when you do photographs for avatars, your instinct is to smile because you've seen a camera before. Unless you're one of those people that's just like a camera shows up and you're like, Those people bug me. Anyway, those people are actually better for avatars. So when you take a photo for an avatar, try to be neutral, but try to not look dead. So it's an interesting thing. Okay, let's see. Hang on, I got calm down. Stop judging me, people. All right. Okay, there I look crazy. Discard. Calm down. All right, that's good enough. All right. So there's my little picture. And then we say next, select the sound, but we're not going to do that now. I can say over here on the side, I can say edit the look. Okay. And so there's a bunch of looks down on the bottom. And then there's like hairstyle. So I can like change my hairstyle. So if I want like a little cute little anime bob, I can click the cute little anime bob. And now what it's doing is it's doing an AI character reference and giving me a little, that's good. I think solid. Hey, everybody. Hello, my friend Alan. Let's Prejean. It's his first live. Welcome, Alan. What we're playing with right now is Pika Social Video or Pika Social App. Camera steal your soul. Okay. Close up, not psycho. That's a good psycho picture. Now, I think, let's see. We'll say man with, so now I can prompt it with light hair, In gas station jumpsuit at a 1950s gas station at dusk. All right, let's see if it, I don't know if it's going to keep my crazy white hair. I think it will, because I think it's using that image to start with. Kyle, you can also use any style on a post you see. It's so easy. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Light hair, let's see. Wearing a dark blue jumpsuit is not the right word, is it? Jumpsuit? What's it called? Those gas station things? I don't know fashion. You don't even have to type anything. You can just copy someone else's style and sound with your face. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Look, it made me like this old man at a gas station. Coveralls, yeah. Let's see. Let's try coveralls. Coveralls. We'll do wide shot, because I think I can do a wide shot of an older man with light hair wearing dark blue coveralls. We'll say pumping gas into a 1949 Plymouth. I don't know what a 1949 Plymouth looks like at a 1950s gas station at dusk. Okay, let's see what we get. All right, how's it look? Looks pretty good. He's kind of holding the gas pump in his hand, but I think that does look like a 1949 Plymouth. It's at least in the neighborhood. All right, so now, so now there we go. That's who's going to be doing the talking. So now I'm going to record a little speech here. I like taters. Taters. Wait, hang on. Okay. I like taters. Taters is tasty. You want me to clean your windows? I can clean your windows. I clean windows pretty good. I like taters. Taters is tasty. Okay. I like taters. Taters is tasty. You want me to clean your windows? I can clean your windows. I clean windows pretty good. I like taters. Taters is tasty. Okay. Disturbing. Perfect. And so now you just hit animate. Bang. Generate error. The network connection was lost. Well, don't do that. All right, animate. In queue. Oh, hang on. Got to do physical dexterity on TikTok. To Danielle's point, I'm showing you sort of a manual way to do it, where I'm like prompting and taking my picture and doing it. As you go through the feed, if you see someone has done a video that's got a cool style that you like, every video has a button that says, make a video of me like this. And then you just make it and it goes. I like the way you talk. Taters or turtles. Oh man. All right. And it takes a while, like it sits in the queue for a while, and then at some point it'll start processing. So I'll just put this over here to the side, and when it processes, I'll show you. All right, so while we're waiting, let's watch what Danielle did. So let's go watch what Danielle did, and then I want to talk about something. Okay, so where we're going is to the AI Salon. So if you haven't been to the AI Salon, jump on over to community.thesalon.ai. You can go to just thesalon.ai, but if you type in community.thesalon.ai, that'll take you over to our community website. It'll land you on this welcome page. You'll see our cycle of AI readiness graphic there. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. You'll see the 5 stages of AI adoption. If you look at our values, you'll learn about, what we care about and how we want people to behave when they're here. And then if you scroll down on this left-hand side, there's an area called Clubs and Hubs. And a lot of these are part of the Mastermind subscription area. But this channel has a channel called The Irregulars, and it's free. It's open to anyone. And so here is a video that Danielle made. Okay, I think it's going to pop me to a new tab, but I now know how to share that tab. Like that. Boom. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So here's what I want to say about this. Trying to think even what to say. I saw some really interesting TikTok videos that were talking about people being upset that 4.0 was removed, and they demanded that they bring it back. If you pay attention to this space, you would think that the 700 million users of ChatGPT are all up in arms about this model being taken away from them. Most of those 700 million people probably were not even aware that it switched from 4.0 to 5. Right? They probably just use it. They don't think about it. They're not paying attention to personalities or to features or to hallucinations or whatever. They're just using it. And they're probably not using it a lot. They're not thinking about it a lot. And then there's a whole massive amount of people beyond that that don't use AI at all, or they've maybe used it once. Those of us that are paying attention to this world and paying attention to the capabilities of these things and thinking about the future, we're in a very, very small percentage of human beings that are doing this right now. Our experience with AI and how we got into it, like a lot of us can trace it back to, I remember the day ChatGPT came out, or I remember the first day I used ChatGPT, and I had my first Kevin McAllister moment, right? This moment. I had that first epiphany that, oh my God, this AI stuff's different. And I got on the train. There's very, very few people that are actually on the train in that spirit. And so a lot of us are thinking about the on-ramps for AI being kind of a similar version to what we did. That's not how AI is going to be adopted by a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people, whether it's this Pika app or some other app, there's going to be a lot of people that the first interaction with AI is just something like this, where Danielle made a version of herself, like hanging out in the disco, singing this Cyndi Lauper song, right? Probably just at the push of a button. She pushed a button that said, let me make a video of myself singing that song. And bang, there it is. She didn't have to prompt it. She didn't have to do anything other than take a selfie. You take a selfie, you kind of surf through the thing. You say, make a video with me in it, and Pika does its thing, right? If you look at how Pika is actually doing what it's doing, it's actually prompting. When you click on those little pictures to like give me the short, spiky hair, it actually wrote a prompt that said, describe the hair. But a lot of people might not ever know that prompting is a thing. Their first experience with AI might be talking to something that kind of sounds like Siri or Alexa, but it's just a little bit smarter. And they don't even know that they're talking to a large language model. They might use a tool like this where they get on. So I don't know if I've got a point to this, but if you're paying attention to this stuff, start thinking about the different kinds of apps that you see and the different kind of features. There are some apps, like Pika's one in particular, where they do a lot of pre-prompting for you, right? They've got this thing called Pika effects, where you upload a picture of an object and it will explode it, or you can cut it like a piece of cake, or you can peel it like a decal. Those are all just prompts into an image model. Like, you could create Pika yourself, right? You find an image generation, open source model. You figure out the API calls to it. You pre-write a bunch of prompts and stick pictures in front of them. And when someone clicks a picture, you send that prompt to the model and you return the picture. It's a relatively straightforward thing. If you want to do your own little mini version of Pika, you could do that. A lot of developers will make fun of those kind of applications, but I would argue that those kind of applications are going to be a lot of people's first entry into AI. So just keep paying attention to that stuff. All right. What's that from? Is that from that interview, Brandon? That quote?
No, I just sent this to you in a DM on Twitter. So Sam, just before we went live, Sam made a lengthy post on X
Cool.
talking about the 405 controversy, and this was an excerpt from that seemed relevant to what you were talking about.
Oh, cool. Oh, great. Yeah, let's read this one. Share screen. Yes, I will. I will share my screen. I will share it now. All right, good peoples. All right, good peoples of the internet. Do we have? Yes, we have gas station guy. Before we read Sam, quick question on TikTok. Okay. New guy question. Alan, love new guy questions. Is Pika the model behind ChatGPT? No. Pika Labs, I think Pika Labs has their own video model, an animation model. I don't know if their image generation model is their own or if they're using someone else's. But Pika's got an image to video model. It's Pika.art is the website if you want to play with their video generation model. And it's got all sorts of sort of pre-done things. And then they have two different apps. They have the Pika app, and then they have the Pika social app. That's the one that I'm playing with right now. That one's the Pika social one's not widely available yet. But no, the video model sitting underneath ChatGPT is called Sora, S-O-R-A. It's okay, not great. The video model that I'm enamored with right now is the one in Midjourney. So Midjourney is an image generation tool. So if you go to midjourney.com, you can then turn any image that you make there into a video. Problem with Midjourney is it's not free, and all of the video models are quite expensive. So if you want to experiment with them, it's kind of pricey, which is a drag. But all right, let's go look at
taters. Taters is tasty. You want me to clean your windows? I can clean your windows.
Wait, Let me post it. No, wait, save draft. Caption. Caption is going to be taters is tasty. Taters is tasty. All right. So we're going to post this. All right. So now we're posted. Okay.
I like taters. Taters is tasty. You want me to clean your windows?
Can I go
I
back?
clean your windows. I clean windows pretty good. I like taters. Taters is tasty.
All right. Here we go.
I like taters. Taters is tasty. You want me to clean your windows? I can clean your windows. I clean windows pretty good. I like taters.
Okay.
Taters is tasty.
So that's that. Now, that's pretty good. That's pretty flipping good. Now, notice at the bottom, it says, make a video like this. So if you have access to this Pika app, you can go to this and say, turn yourself into that character. You just push that button and it'll make a video like that. And I guess, according to Danielle, it'll even use that audio. Why wouldn't you want to use that taters is tasty audio? But look, it's kind of remarkable how close it looks like me with the, I kind of look like Robert Scoble there. And then you can just...
In my younger, more fucking...
Let's see. Where's the one I just took? Oh, here's one. All right. So now it's taken that picture of me and it's applying that other dude's look. Glenn Beck. Yeah, I look a little bit like Glenn Beck. Oh, it did something different. Discard. Make a video like this. Oh, I see. Hang on. Let me go back. Use all elements. All right, I guess I'll take a picture of me again. Remix error. The network connection was lost. Animate. Come on. All right, my app broke. Whatever, it's not working. All right, TikTok pin. I see no pin. Oh, Joker. I love GPT-5. The coding is outstanding. I have an iPhone Asteroids clone Kyle would like. Nice. In HTML. Yeah, that's one of the other things I was going to do is just go do a little coding and just see what it does. Back to Sam. Okay. So this was, when did Sam write this? We don't know. Recently. Oh, today, just before we went live. Okay. If you've been following the GPT-5 rollout, one thing that you might be noticing is how much of an attachment some people have to specific AI models. It feels different and stronger than the kinds of attachment people have to previous kinds of technology. And so suddenly deprecating models, this is what we were talking about earlier, that users depend on in their workflows was a mistake, right? When you lose a feature in Gmail, you're like, that sucks. I like that feature. But when you lose an AI model that you've developed some sort of affinity and relationship with, it's more like the loss of a loved one, right? This is a very different, I mean, there have been examples of this, right? There are softwares, avatar software and things like that, that when they shut down the service, people got really upset. So we've seen this before, but this is going to be an ongoing, increasingly complicated thing. Okay. This is something we've been closely tracking for the past year or so, but still hasn't gotten much mainstream attention. other than when we released an update to GPT-4o that was too sycophantic. Yeah, remember that? Remember when they did that? They did, oh, you're going to really like the new GPT-4o, and the press was all over it. This is just my current thinking and not yet an official OpenAI position. People have used technology, including AI, in self-destructive ways. If a user is in a mentally fragile state and prone to delusion, we do not want the AI to reinforce that. Most users can keep a clear line between reality and fiction or role play, but a small percentage cannot. We value user freedom as a core principle, but we also feel responsible in how we introduce new technology with new risks. There are a bunch of things I don't like about AI, and I don't like about how things were trained. I gotta say, like, I feel like Altman, at a minimum, understands what the issues are. You may or may not agree with how he deals with them. I feel like he at least understands the issues. I don't hear that from a lot of us. If you listen to fucking Zuckerberg, that dude's like, the technology will save you. Everyone will have their own super intelligent person, and we're going to deliver it. He's just completely cut off from these kind of issues. So at least Altman is speaking it. Encouraging delusion in a user that is having trouble telling the difference between reality and fiction is an extreme case and is pretty clear what to do. But the concerns that we worry most about are more subtle. There are going to be a lot of edge cases, and generally we plan to follow the principle of treat adult users like adults, which in some cases will include pushing back on users to ensure they are getting what they really want. A lot of people effectively use ChatGPT as a sort of therapist or life coach, even if they wouldn't describe it that way. This can be really good. A lot of people are getting a lot of value from it today already. I hear that all the time. If people are getting good advice, leveling up toward their own goals, and their life satisfaction is increasing over years, we will be proud of making something genuinely helpful, even if they use and rely on ChatGPT a lot. If, on the other hand, users have a relationship with ChatGPT where they think they feel better after talking, but they're unknowingly nudged away from their longer-term well-being, then that's bad, right? So, you know, like in that recent interview on that podcast, I just watched it tonight. He was talking about, you know, there are lots of ways that they could be manipulating users to go deeper with these relationships that they're choosing not to. Like they haven't made a sex bot, for example, is one of the things he said. It's also bad, for example, if a user wants to use ChatGPT less and feels like they cannot, right? If they get addicted to it. I can imagine a future where a lot of people really trust ChatGPT's advice for their most important decisions. Although that could be great. It makes me oops. That thing finished. All right, there we go. Okay. I can imagine a future where a lot of people really trust ChatGPT's advice for their most important decisions, although, okay, yeah, we talked about all this. Okay. So we, as in society, but also as we in OpenAI, have to figure out how to make it a big net positive. There are several reasons I think we have a good shot at getting this right. We have much better tech to help us measure how we are doing than previous generations for technology had. For example, our product can talk to users to get a sense of how they are doing with their short and long-term goals. We can explain sophisticated and nuanced issues to our model and much more. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Here's where I think OpenAI is fucking up. They're only hiring engineers. They should be hiring anthropologists and liberal arts majors and storytellers and filmmakers, and they should balance the logical thinking that is generating these remarkable tools with some right-brained people, with some creative people, with some artistic people, some people in the humanities, some people with philosophy degrees. Because even though this is high math that is creating these things, they are large language models. They are large language models. How they manipulate us as humans is a core part of what they do, right? And if all of the frontier technology companies are just hiring, GPU engineers and coding engineers and mathematicians and researchers, and they're not balancing it with that other side, I think they've got a real chance of fucking this up and missing it. Now, the good news is there's a bunch of people out here who are going to use this technology and sort of bend it in a good direction. But if they fuck it up at the core model level, then there's not a lot we can do about it. So anyway, wait, go back one paragraph. You missed a critical middle sentence. I can imagine a future where a lot of people really trust ChatGPT's advice for their most important decisions. Although that could be great, it makes me uneasy. But I expect that it's coming to some degree. Oh, yeah, I did. This is the important sentence that I missed. But I expect that it's coming to some degree, and soon billions of people will be talking to AI in this way. Yeah, so we as society and we as OpenAI need to figure out how to make it a big net positive. The musical that I've spent the last year and a half working on is about our relationship with AI. And what is it? What can it be? What should it be? Is it possible to have feelings for an AI? Well, I think we just found that out with GPT-4. Side Hustle Mimi. I think we need to tell them the same thing that we told the Uno card creators. Thank you. It's ours now. Yeah, I mean, to a great degree, the AI salon, the AI learning lab, a lot of times people that come into this channel, they ask me this question. They say, "Sir, what are your qualifications?" And what the implication there is, are you a mathematician? Are you a scientist? Are you qualified to talk about AI? Yes, because I'm not talking about AI. I'm not talking about model weights and algorithms in the latent space. What I'm talking about is now that generative AI exists, now that the English language is our primary programming language to these incredibly powerful knowledge engines, it's in the hands of the rest of us now to figure out how to actually fucking use this technology. That's what my focus is. I'll let the scientists go build it. I'll let them figure out all these issues of where are the safety boundaries and what are they allowed to do, what are they not allowed to do. Let's assume that they're gonna figure that out. I personally think they need to hire some liberal arts majors soon, or they're gonna fuck that up. But once the models come to us, then it's up to us, the 98.5% of people that are not scientists and engineers. It's up to us to figure out, how do we use these things? How do we use them for good? How do we use them to improve ourselves? How do we use them to amplify our ideas? How do we take a virtual 100-employee company where we've got 100 employees that are all PhD level employees and use that for ourselves, for our own ideas, and use that for good in the world? I don't know yet. None of us do. But that's my interest, is what are we going to do now that we have it in our grubby little hands? What do we do? How do we do it? How do we make a difference? Just keep talking about it is the only way I know right now. All right? That's fascinating. Fascinating. It's fascinating, people. I'll tell you what, it's really fascinating. Fascinating. All right, let's go look at my video. I run like JD Vance. Yeah, Korea character reference. I haven't played with it enough to know. I'll just go in there and get lost. A lot of these character reference things are very UI specific. So, okay, side hustle Mimi, I will check my DMs. Yeah. So, by the way, if you are on the AI Salon, if you're not on the AI Salon, go join the AI Salon. I've got 3 invites, I think, for the Pika thing. So if you DM me, whoever gets there first, I'll get you a code. All right. That's another reason to come here, people. All right. It's a quick demo. Where do I go for it? Is it basically just like what ChatGPT did? All right, so I'm at gemini.google.com. Click the 3 dots, guided learning. Okay, so yeah, so both OpenAI and Gemini have just added these new things. Guided learning. So learn and understand topics. Teach me. Why can I not type? Oh wait, do I have to? Oh, let me choose guided learning. Oh, I can't do it with that account. Sorry, as a paid member of Google Workspace, you can't use any of the new features. You're welcome. No thanks. Guided learning. Okay, I've got guided learning on. So I'm going to say, teach me about. No, I'm not going to say teach me about. I'm going to say, how
to change your tabs in Google Chrome.
Wait, but I didn't change them. I just typed. Oh, because when I changed accounts, it moved me over there. Unbelievable. All right. How do I find the average? Was it the average speed of a something swallow? Of a, who knows the Monty Python of a swallow? I forget let's see if it gets the reference. Slow thinking. It's doing slow thinking. Gemini's a beast. Unladen. That's right. Oh, that's a classic question. To answer it, we first have to know: are you asking about an African or European swallow? We'll go European and wait. European and unladen. Gotta DM me. A connoisseur of classic film inquiries. Wait, based on, did I not have that turned on? No, I do have it turned on. Teach me how to do it. Let's actually go compare this to OpenAI, because this Gemini thing just gave me the answer. It didn't teach me. No, they got to DM me on the AI Salon. Sorry. Direct officer. Wait. This is not very good teaching. Let's go back to ChatGPT for a second.
Well, what we're seeing with the Gemini model, Kyle, is more of a professor at trying to tutor a student. So it's taking a concept that you have some familiarity with and trying to coach the answer out of you. So do you think it's A or would you think it's B? And then if you choose wrong, it would course correct.
I get that, but it didn't do that here. It just gave me the answer. Let me try. I want to try the same question. Actually, let me go get the original question. Oh, I don't have it. I lost it. Did I? Yeah, here we go. All right, let me go to ChatGPT and turn on its study mode and see if it's different. Study and learn of an unladen swallow. It's also amazing to me, like how, like feature for feature, all these frontier model companies are copying one another. Because this study mode came out from ChatGPT. Before we dive in, quick note: I can't show my private scratch work, but I'll walk you through the steps in thinking. See, this is what I was expecting it to do, and this is what Gemini didn't do. Here's the idea we'll use. Average speed equals total distance divided by time, straight up physics. You turn one bite-sized step. If a swallow covers 1,200 meters in 60 seconds, what's its average speed? Just divide and tell me the number in units. Do the math for me. All right, we'll crunch the numbers together. Yeah, and it's giving you math things. So I'm sure the Google one's fine. It just, the way I phrased that question, it just answered it for me. So something was wonky there. But anyway, both of these now, Gemini and ChatGPT, have this study mode. So if you've got kids or grandkids that you want learning stuff, there you go. All right. Fantastic. Be right back. Bedtime for the wild things. Oh, man. Are we DMing through Mighty Networks? Yes, DM me in Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks. All right, everyone. Good evening. Redditors are not happy. Yeah, Redditors are never happy. They're just over there bitching. Again, don't forget, Redditors that are paying attention to every permutation of what's coming out of the frontier model companies are not most of who's going to use ChatGPT. I would argue they're not most of who's using ChatGPT. You've got 700 million weekly users using ChatGPT. If you think anywhere north of 5% of those 700 million users are using ChatGPT for anything other than glorified Google search, you're high on crack. There's no way. So even though Reddit's noisy and X is noisy and people are bitching and OpenAI is responding and restoring the model, just give it some time. Everyone jumping to conclusions. I swear to God, Gary Marcus, the minute ChatGPT 5 came out, he jumped on it like he was literally doing victory laps. See, I told you everything sucks. It's all fucking awful. You're all fucking losers. You promised it would do stuff. It doesn't do it. It's like the stuff is emerging and evolving, in our presence, and it's doing remarkable shit. And every time a new model comes out, it's going to take us a while to understand what it actually is. So all of the drama right now, just ignore it. It's all just bullshit. What's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? That's what I asked. I didn't ask it right because I'm an old man and I couldn't remember the actual line from Monty Python. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? We are the knights who say me. It was horrible. It came out of the cave and big gnarly teeth. It's just a scratch. Oh my God. All right, everyone. Tomorrow's just a regular Tuesday. I don't have a salon or anything, so I'll be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I will probably pay a bit more attention to things going on. It seems like some things are perking, so I may have more of an idea of what to talk about tomorrow night, but I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. All right. Fantastic, everybody. You call that a flesh wound? Just a flesh wound? I'll bite your kneecap. Such a good movie. It's such a good movie. Oh my God, it's a good movie. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I should probably go watch that. When is the AI jam session on your links? Oh, the AI jam sessions, those are private one-on-one meetings with me. Those are I've got 4 hours reserved on Saturdays, 10, 11, and then 1 and 2 Mountain Time. So if you want one-on-one time, if you go to my TikTok channel and click on my profile, I've got a hyperlink there that will take you into the jam session, and you can subscribe. You can book an hour, or you can book 10 hours. But it's individual hour-long sessions. So if you want to do that, would love that. Fairy Tale Revolution. I learned it from you, Kyle. I don't know what you learned from me, but I hope it was a good thing. Oh, man. Oh, that's Claire. Oh, cool. Dr. J. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. All right, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good night. It's good to be back. It's weird to be back because I took 5 days off and I haven't done that in forever, if ever. All right. Peace. See you later.